Hey travelers, welcome to Quassy Amusement Park here in Connecticut. I'm about 45 minutes away from the last park I did, Lake Compounce. And so make sure to watch that video. About an hour and a half away from Six Flags New England, which I've also already filmed, and about 2 hours away from New York City, where I'm headed next. So I think after tax and everything, I paid $47.99 for everything. And it is raining, so this is the first day I've tried to do one of these videos in the rain, so it'll be interesting. I only have today here, so it's the only day we can do it. Oh, okay. So it's pouring down, and there's nobody in line for the bumper cars, but I told him I'd just wait and try. I'd come sit over here and see what it's like, because these, unfortunately, are regular, like, seat belts, so sometimes these may come a lot harder. Usually with bumper cars, it's just the thing that goes over your shoulder and it's not a problem. These have the actual seatbelt making it harder. So you can get a wristband either for both parks or for the just one of the water park or the rides, and they have to scan it before you ride. It looks like I'm worried for nothing. For some reason my mic isn't working and it didn't get wet. Oh, there it goes. It's back on. There we go. So as I was saying, thankfully it looks like I didn't have to really worry about this too much. The seatbelt is plenty long enough. So, and there's no bar. There's one of those bars that comes down on this one. So you should be good to go. It's on your left side. It does rub up against here a little bit. It's a very quiet one. It's a very quiet bumper car. And very slow. They're very slow. It's very weird being the only other bumper car, with the other three are family members. So that was interesting, but it passed the fat test. Looks like Super Himalaya is down for the rain. I also hate this ride, but I do fit in it. All you have to do, sometimes it's tight because you have to bring the bar down so it locks in, but it's usually big enough. All right, next up is the Tilt-a-whirl. Who are all these people? Clearly that's Freddie Mercury and Michael Jackson. I don't know who the one in the middle is. I see Eminem and maybe Miley Cyrus on the end. I don't know who the other one is. I gotta make sure not to slip. But as Tilt-a-whirls are always some of the most fat-friendly rides because they have gravity bars. Gravity bars don't lock in place. And there's a bench seat. So it just comes down and stays down because of you can push it up a little bit, but because of the centrifugal force is pushing it down. Always a great ride, Tilt-a-whirl. I think we've got a real spinny one. Ooh. Oh, sometimes you spin a lot, sometimes you don't spin hardly at all. Tilt-a-whirl passes the fat test. Regional parks. Copyright? What's that? All right, Paratrooper is up next. All right, here's Aladdin Swing Ride. So these rides do not, unfortunately, pass the fat test. Swing rides are just always a little too tight. I know this model all too well. Quassy Zoo, this is a cute little area. A little play area with all the big animals. Apparently there's also a beach we can play at today. Okay, maybe I'll do that. We'll see what the weather ends up doing for the day. Here's their first aid station. We've got some kids rides over here. Picnic areas. Looks like you can bring your own food in as well. So this cute flat ride is called Up and Away Skipper's Clippers. And there's a little seat belts. It just goes up and down. It's really cute. We have a little balloon ride here. And we have helicopters over here. This park has nice long seat belts for everything. That's been nice to see. You should be able to fit on all of these. By the way, if you look down below in the description, you'll also see I have a free, if you'd like a free one-pager for this park to know exactly what you can fit on, it'll be color-coded. You can look down below and grab that. You can do that for pretty much every park I go to. And if you want to plan your trip for a theme park or a cruise or all-inclusive resort, make sure to get in touch. I'd love to be your travel agent. They do have paddle boats you can take out. A two-person boat is $10 and a $7 deposit. Unfortunately, since they're extra cost, I'm not going to do those today, but I wanted to show you that in case you like it. You can go out on the Quassy Queen for $6 on a leisurely ride. A little boat flat ride for kids that just goes around, has the little bells they can ring. All kinds of characters going on. We've got the Pink Panther, Popeye. Oh, there's Superman and Iron Man. This is funny. And there's a Batman one. That's just hilarious to me. This is the Little Dipper, which is a little kid's family little coaster. It just goes around this area right here. And since you may have to have an adult to ride it, we'll test it. Here's what she looks like. Looks like no belt, just the bar. There's not a ton of room here for it to come down. I'm gonna cross my legs. Let's see how far it actually has to go down. I don't know. It has to go down enough to lock. It's not doing that right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it under my gut and try that. That worked? Yep, we got it. Put it more like on the bottom of my gut than under my gut for this one. So either way, it worked. Nope. Whee! Oh! That would be me. My phone fell out of my pocket. That's my own fault. It's right there. Junior bumper cars, which is one of the only two indoor things. So Frantic is the first one I've come up to where I see a weight limit. This one actually has a weight limit of 240 pounds, which I've never been on one of these type of rides where it worked anyway. They're usually much larger than this. This is a very, very small one. But yeah, so they never really work anyway, but this one has a specific weight limit on it. And for the carousel, one of my favorites, I don't see any belts, which is great news. So I think we'll be good to go. We have one of those again. Never try to get on one of these as a plus size person. Those things are very hard to get over. We have a cool lion. All right, I think I'm gonna go to this one over here. It's nice and low. And we're up. We have a giraffe. Without a band organ, this always just feels so empty, like it's really missing something. This one does go upside down. Try the Quassy Express. It is a CP Huntington, which is kind of a common train for these type of things. It is just bench seats, and I'm about to get my butt even more wet. They put these up, and they have to individually do it, so they only do it where somebody's actually sitting. Have a lot more picnic area over there. Looks like, I assume they it's a food place. I don't know if it's open today. Scooby-Doo-Doo! That looks good. Ooh, I like this. nice. I like it. I wish it went more around the park than just this picnic area. There's a basketball. This is a nice little park. Now, I'm going to say, I feel like the price is kind of, so it's almost $50 just for me. Now, part of that's parking if you're dividing that up by multiple people. But, oh, volleyball too. It feels pretty expensive for how small this place is. I like it a lot. I really like this little theme park. I really like little regional parks like this. Oh, okay. I was not expecting the vehicle to look like that for that. I thought it'd be more of like one of the basic ones. We'll see. We'll look at that in a minute. But anyway, I feel like it's overpriced. But I want to look at the other stuff. I want to see how the food is, how the games are. I think the games are fairly cheap. So we'll see kind of that a little bit more later. But right now, I just feel like there's so few rides here that you're kind of, it's a little overdone. So that's going to be my philosophy, but I'll give you more at the end because our train ride is already coming to an end. We have Bella and Bessie's Pizzeria. Here's some Boardwalk games. We have Whack-A-Mole, Clown Pitch, and Balloon Bust. They didn't really bother getting very creative on the names. I was right about the cost. The one throw is only $2. Now, you can only get a small with that. So you would have to play more than that to get it. 3 balls, $3. If you knock 3 down, you get a large prize, which I assume here is those dragons. And there's some of the smaller ones down there. So the games are nice and cheap. I think there's something the kids can definitely do. The thing I would say is that the prizes are all, they're all a little chintzy. That you might enjoy them, but you're not playing for the prizes on that one really. Yeah, the prizes are very, very, you're playing because you'll want to enjoy the game, which is great because, like I said, it's a very cheap way to play. Little Quassy Quarry. Little store here, souvenirs. If you want to grab some stuff. Prices aren't too bad. They have these little things you can get. A little cooling station. Crazy cups. 36 inches to ride by yourself, or you can ride with an adult. And it's going to be a little teacup ride. Let's go ahead and do it. Hoping to do reverse time, but unfortunately, there's a weight limit of only 240 pounds on that one. So I am definitely not doing it. Let's go with the black diamonds. As usual, I mean, there's been one I've been in where it had a seatbelt, but no seatbelt. Just this to turn, and it's the small one, so it doesn't rub against my gut. I typically don't spin a lot when I ride just because I end up getting kind of dizzy and I end up on a lot of spinning rides. My camera keeps turning around when I'm not expecting it to. I just noticed Humpty Dumpty up there. I'm surprised that has such a low weight limit. A lot of rides like that I'm able to fit on fine. Or even if I don't, I'm close to it. This one does have the over the shoulder where it also has to lock in place, and I do have a lot of trouble with those in general. All right, up next is Tidal Wave, which is the pirate ship. You have to be 36 inches to ride, up to 55 inches. You have to have an adult for this one. That's interesting. So Tidal Wave is down for now. I might try it later, but it'll pass the fat test. I think I ran into one where it was extremely tight and I decided not to ride it, but it still passed. Bouncing Buggies is a kid's little bouncing spin ride. It does have seat belts in there. Looks like the seat belts would be long enough, but I'm telling you, if you have to ride that with your kid, your knees are gonna be hurting. Frog Hopper is a kid's version of Free Fallin'. Never had any luck, unfortunately, on drop rides. They have the Crazy Spin Coaster with a very tiny track. I'd love to try this, but unfortunately, so I have a feeling because I'm looking at it, you have to buckle in to it with the lap bar. I'm guessing that would not pass, but it is closed. All right, now it's time for the Wooden Warrior roller coaster. I think this is the only large roller coaster they have. This is interesting. Okay, so Wooden Warrior, all this stuff. First time I've seen this on outside of Universal, and that one was way off because it said like 40 inches. So this says this ride features the seats that have individual lap bars that can accommodate riders up to a maximum of a waist size of 54 inches. Okay, I'm between 50 and 52 inches waist, so I'm right there at it. So let's find out if this passes the fat test. Oh, it says it accommodates up to 54-inch waist, but it has that side thing, and those typically have a very hard time for plus size people. All right. So I don't know if you guys can see that, but all right. All right, I guess I'm going back here because that one's locked. Yeah. See, it says it up to 54 inches, but look, this is the problem. It can't get around my waist. There's no way that goes over to 54 inches. I don't know what they're talking about. Maybe they changed it and never fixed that, but there's no chance. Yeah, it says 54 inches, but there's no way. You cannot get that sidebar around somebody with a large waist. It just doesn't make any sense. So unfortunately, the Wooden Warrior fails the fat test. So very cute park, very small. I think if you're a local and can come here multiple times, or you can get a discount and come with a group maybe, I think this place is fantastic. I do think it's overpriced with so few rides, especially for plus size, if you're coming as a plus size adult by yourself, but it's so cute. Looks like the water park was great. I didn't really go to it. Again, it's small too. Small doesn't mean bad. I'm kind of regretting not trying to do the Queen thing around, taking that boat out around the lake. I think that would have been worth it. That's my analysis. The free guide is down below. Come check this park out if you would like to, and leave a comment. I'd love to hear what you thought.